Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. Today, we have a very special guest, Mrs. San Banerjee, the co founder and CEO of ADDA, India's leading community management platform. San Ma'am has over 15 years of experience in product development and has worked with global teams in India, the US, the Middle East, and the Southeast of Asia. Her work focuses on building digital tools that simplify urban living, housing society governance, and resident engagement. Today, we'll explore how ADDA brings technology, transparency, and community building into modern apartment complexes. Good evening, ma'am. Uh,
Pooja.
so, I'll start with the first question to you. India is currently one of the fastest growing major economies. So, from your perspective, what are the key economic factors or forces shaping India's growth story today?
Well, you're absolutely right, Shrija. We are today having the largest youth population, your population in the world, right? And so we have huge potential to grow the growth that has already started. The key areas that are responsible for today's prosperity of India has been education being one of the center point of Indian families. So we have this huge population of knowledge workers who are extremely highly valued all across the globe. So they have added greatly to the growth of our economy, followed by the way that government policies have changed over the last 10, 20 years in order to support growth of India for the domestic consumption as well as for exports.
So, how do you see rising urbanization and the digital adoption influencing India's overall economic growth in the next decade?
Well, we saw a glimpse of it in the last 1 year, where we saw how aspects like UPI, which made transactions easy, if you say the usage of digital, right? So probably UPI is a biggest example how it could disrupt the whole economy and bring inclusivity in the way even small merchants conduct their business, right? The way toll gates work, the way small merchants, they don't have to deal with cash, worry about their money getting stolen, right? All thanks to UPI digitization. Urbanization, absolutely. So the movement of rural to urban requires digital because of people are living in faraway places that require deliveries, as you have seen a lot of e-commerce, Q-commerce that has been picking up. So yeah, in the coming decade, it's very interesting with the growth of artificial intelligence, drone technology, right? And more growth of fintech. The coming decade seems very exciting.
Great. Since we are on the topic of digital adoption, how do you see India's place evolving in the global economy, especially as we move towards digital trade, services export, and more of tech-driven industries?
See, our India's benefit is that our digital adoption has been over the last 20-25 years. Okay. Now, here we have an advantage over countries like USA. How? USA started tech adoption 40-45 years back. So today they have a lot of legacy software, right? Old time ka software that they are still using. Okay. And it is a big change that they have to make to modern softwares, modern technologies. Whereas in India, it is not so, right? In India, many people first time started using technology on mobile. They did not go from,
Yes.
PC to laptop to mobile. First thing they are using on mobile, right? So yes, so that is a very unique position that India has when it comes to digitization.
Okay, so that's like an advantage we have over other countries like US. So urban areas for now contribute a major share of India's GDP. So, in your view, what economic role will Indian cities and townships play in the next phase of the national development?
The Indian cities and townships have always played a major role in job creation, and that is why so much movement from rural to urban is happening, right? So how does it start? It starts with industry, right? So a particular industry decides to establish its office or factory in a particular city. And around that, the residential townships come out. And around that, various shops and services and restaurants come out, right? And all these create major employment. First of all, construction agency, huge employment generation, where it starts with all these construction laborers, engineers, architects, contractors, the supply of construction material, right? So this whole construction industry, first of all, is a huge boost to the economy. And wherever there is great construction activities happening, other services will automatically come there because more people are going to be living there, working there, right? So this is how the urban areas or the new cities that are getting built around already busy urban areas, they contribute to the growth of the country.
Okay. So ADDA works with residential communities, and you can say residential communities are like economies, kind of. Like they have people, services, vendors, securities, utilities, etc. So, what patterns do you observe from managing thousands of communities through ADDA?
Interesting. So, see, India has about 300,000 communities which are, large enough to use softwares like us. Okay. And in this, there are communities that manage finances of anything between 5 lakh per annum to 50 crore per annum. And these communities require software for managing these funds, to collect these funds from residents. So as you know, in a apartment complex, let's say, right? So in an apartment complex, owners are living there and owners contribute amount per month for maintenance of the apartment complex. Okay. And they contribute it to their association. Association collects this fund and pays for various services: housekeeping, security, your gardening, common area, electricity, and so on, right? And these aspects also mean many other operations. For example, upkeep of the whole common area. If it is a high-rise building, you're talking about upkeep of the elevators, transformer, generator, water supply pumps, and so on, right? So all these communities in all are like small cities. Some are actually cities. There are communities with 3,000 houses in one community, 3,000 to 7,000 to 15,000 houses in a community. These are really like small towns. So it is like managing a township. So what patterns we see is that, see, these communities are also the smallest unit of democracy, because among the owners, the management committee is elected. And this is the management committee who is supervising the funds, who is making sure all the operations happen fine, who is enforcing certain rules within this community, right? So it is the smallest unit of democracy. And what we have seen, the very interesting adoption of technology, which has been very, communities have been taking to technology like fish to water. As a result, today, if you go to a well-run community, right, you will feel, hey, someday we want India to be well-run like this. Okay, because it's like a template. Okay, where suddenly you are coming into from outside in a city with maybe potholes in the road, or maybe garbage is not cleared well, and trees covered with dust. Suddenly you go into apartment community, you're in a different world, right? You are like, wow, such nice paved roads, huge walk areas, people are cycling, and beautiful gardens, maintained lawns, and well regulated traffic, security guards. You're like, am I in the same country, right? It's because that community is managing itself like that model country we all want to live in. Okay, so it is this first of all, this democracy where management committees who are really respected, owners who are respected by other owners, say, hey, these guys can run this community well. They come into power as management committee. Then there is funds that are being contributed by owners. And these funds are being well utilized by these committee to manage. Okay. And they are using technology for doing Like ADDA, they are using technology for managing the whole thing, right? So this trend has been very encouraging that we have seen over the last 16 years. And we believe it becomes a template for a city municipality and so on.
Okay. For the last few years, India has been focusing heavily on investing in digital public infrastructure. So, how can platforms like ADDA complement public systems such as, say, municipal governance, water management, or digital payments?
Very good question, Shreya. I love this question because we keep put some thoughts to it. See, ADDA has many modules. Okay, there is accounting, communication, announcements, visitor management, many modules. In that, there is one module called online help desk. Okay, it's
Okay.
a module where residents come to ADDA app. In a community, residents come to ADDA app, and if they have any, they see any issue. So they are walking in the garden, community garden, evening walk. Okay, they see one garden lamp is broken. They take out their ADDA app, they take a picture, broken lamp, and they create a help desk request. Ki, hey, I observed this garden lamp is broken, please fix it. Now this becomes a help desk ticket. It alerts the office, community office, and they come and fix it. They upload the fixed picture saying, hey, this is the before after. Thank you so much for reporting it. It's done. This is how a well-run community is working, where the residents are eyes and ears. Okay. Now, this person, supposing there is no ADDA app, they will see, acha, garden lamp is broken. What can I do? I have to go to community office. It is closed now. It's 9 p.m. Nobody's there. Chalo, koi baat nahi. They will figure it out, right? You come
Hmm.
back for evening work, you forget about it. That garden lamp stays broken until the manager will someday find and fix it. This is the case with our cities. You
Yes.
understand? Okay.
Hmm.
There are limited people who are working in the city offices, municipality, whatever you call. Only when they detect there is a problem that they are solving. If you and I are walking on a footpath and we see there is a broken footpath, do you know where to complain? We think, Array, it will be very complicated. I don't want to get into it. Mera a full day will be gone, right? You just move on. Okay. What if, suppose, every 500 meters, you put a QR code. Okay, you put a QR code and it is written, if you find any issue on this stretch of the road, please scan this QR code. Okay, it can be broken footpath, it can be garbage not collected, it can be a hanging wire from the lamppost, right? Anything, lamppost not working. So I can, as a responsible citizen, scan the QR code. It gives me a form, take a picture. It will say, please take a picture. What is the problem? I take a picture, key here, the footpath is broken. Automatically, it picks up the location. Okay. And it reports the problem. Same module of ADDA can be used. Okay. Then what happens? Every citizens become eyes and ears of the, let's say, the municipality or whoever is governing that area. So complaints are reported with picture, with location. Okay. Now it becomes easier for them to streamline, figure out fixing it. And if they can close the loophole by informing me that, hey, we fixed the footpath, here is the picture. Imagine the delight I have. I would love to keep reporting these and getting these fixed and make my city beautiful, right? So I believe that is, a simple use of technology that can make our country much better.
That's true. That's true. Okay. So, do you think data from communities can help cities design smarter policies? For example, like water usage data, security patterns.
I think so. I have not spent so much time on it, but yes, every community is a template. Like I told you, it's a small city, and yes, I think there are not maybe security, consumption, water, sewage, these things probably. Honestly, I have not spent much time, and I don't have much idea about the city governance. I assume as a template, it should help. Where it helps more is that experimenting new technologies. Okay, let's
Hmm.
say that government wants to see that I want to experiment drone delivery. Hmm? I want to experiment drone delivery of medicine. Okay, so they
Okay.
can choose a township. Let's say in Kolkata, you have South City, Kolkata. It's a large community, spread out township. Okay, now government can work with the South City Association saying that I want to see how easy it is to deliver medicine from the gate to various houses. Let's say the drone will drop it in the balcony of your house. Okay. So it is much easy to do in this contained environment. Okay. So like this, communities can be used.
You have more than a decade of experience in this field. So, from your on-ground experience, what are some policy gaps that you think in urban management that, if addressed, could contribute significantly to India's economic efficiency?
See, I'll tell you something very simple. Today, if you get a friend who's coming from USA, okay, you are taking that friend from airport to your house. What is the one thing that will embarrass you about your city?
The garbage
Yeah.
along the roads.
Huh? So in India, we have a huge garbage problem. Okay.
Yes.
So, well, now the reason for it is the population that we have, population density that we have in the city, the consumptions that we have. Now, all of India is slowly getting prosperous. We consume a lot. There are a lot of chips packet and Coke bottles and all that, around, right? Along with a lot of fast fashion, use and throw, yeah, or you wear it a couple of times, throw away the clothes and all that. Garbage is a huge problem that we have. It discourages, and it repels foreigners who may want to come live here, work here, help build more industries and things like that, right? So also it discourages a lot of Indians who want to settle down here. When they go and see other developed countries, find cleaner cities, they are like, why don't I choose to live there instead of living in India, right? So garbage is one big problem that we have. So if that can be solved in terms of keeping our city clean, and I give you simple example of technology, but technology is not everything. There is also manpower, process, the intent of the administrators, the empowerment given to administrators and all that. So I believe that is one change that we must have in India. We do have Swachh Bharat initiative and all that stuff, but it really needs to be executed in a more stronger and impactful way. So that's what I think.
Okay. So ADDA works with millions of residents. In what ways do you think community management platforms add value to the economy, whether, say, through efficiency, transparency, or maybe better resource allocation?
I tell you one major way that these residential communities are helping the economy. Okay. You think about, again, let me say about, okay, not, no, let me take a different example. Let's take this large community. You are living in Pune, right?
Yes.
Pune mein, which one do I know? Okay, Pune mein, let's take this community called Kumar Primavera. Okay, it's a large community, I think 600, 700 units. Okay. So
Okay.
600, 700 units will have multiple towers and a large area. It will have at least 5-6 acre area it will have, okay? 5-6 acre area. Now, how is this 5-6 acre area being managed? It is entirely being managed by the funds being provided by the residents, okay? Municipality is not having to manage this 5-6 acre area at all, okay? Now think the same 5-6 area outside this community where individual houses are there. Okay. So there municipality is maintaining all that, right?
Yes.
So what's happening is that these communities, by taking charge of their own maintenance and everything, they are freeing up the municipal resources to take care of other areas of the city. This is definitely a contribution to the economy. Now, it is not like they are paying less property tax. The homes in Kumar Primavera is paying the same property tax as anybody else outside. But they are paying additionally to maintain their area the way they want. Okay. Again, this is helping the municipality to focus their resources in other places.
Yes. So, do you see a future where ADDA directly collaborates with municipal corporations or smart city missions?
Definitely, yes. So we have already in the past collaborated with township management companies, temple trusts, the trusts that manage huge temple areas and all that. They found our help desk module extremely useful. The way the help desk module is built, I gave you an example. It can be QR code based reporting and completely streamlined resolution reporting and all that stuff. So yes, definitely. I mean, the software that is built can lend itself for municipal and government operations.
So, what is your vision of the Indian cities in, say, 2035, economically, technologically, and socially?
Wow, I would actually want more cities to be built rather than, one or two cities in every state becoming overcrowded, like what is happening in Bangalore. So now they are trying to develop Mysore as well, right? So Tamil Nadu is a good example where multiple cities are growing parallelly, right? Not just Chennai, but Coimbatore, Madurai, Trichy, all these are growing. So what we really need is that multiple such urban centers to be growing instead of one or two urban centers that get overpopulated and there are issues of managing it. So I think that is what I think about in the coming decade. And it should not be all about urban. Rural areas also should become self-sufficient, retaining their unique, culture, local economics, and things like that. So yeah, it should be a balanced development between rural and urban, and within urban, many, many urban centers rather than one or two in a state.
Mm. Uh, so how can technology help make urban spaces more inclusive for, especially for the elderly, or the migrants coming in India?
How can migrants, elderly, honestly, it's not about technology in the sense digital technology. It is really about civil infrastructure. If you can, civil is also a technology, right? So the way we build our roads, the way we build our footpaths, right? The way ek to we have to build good footpaths. Secondly, the footpaths have to be so that even a wheelchair can easily go, so that there are slopes and all that, right? The way our public transports are built, so that even if I want to get into a bus, despite being in a wheelchair, there should be a way that I should get in, right? So if you talk about elderlies and differently abled, our cities have to be built to make it easy for them to navigate by themselves. Migrants, I'm not sure what are the challenges that migrants face and what kind of migrants, but if you're talking about educated migrants coming in white collar jobs, I think our cities are already well equipped to provide them easy ways of settling down, right? Like there are many, many digital services that, you move into a new unit and you know where to order your drinking water, your veggies, your, milk and everything. Everything is there on e-commerce, Q-commerce, right? I am not too sure what more needs to be done in that regard, and I'm not aware what are the challenges that maybe blue collar migrants or construction laborers face, that I'm not aware, and how technology can help.
Okay. So before we conclude, finally, as a founder and a CEO, co-founder and a CEO, what is one leadership lesson that you've learned while building ADDA in such a rapidly evolving economic environment?
Well, so the one lesson I have learned is that for you, if you are a co-founder, CEO, whatever, business owner, your employees are your biggest asset. Okay? If you manage to build a great team with great people who are aligned with your mission, that yes, so my team believes that yes, India should have well-run communities, well-run residential communities, and these well-run residential communities deserve a great software, a spam-free app, things like that, right? So what can you not conquer with a team like that? Okay. Revenues ups and downs will happen. Profits ups and downs will happen. Funding up and down will happen. Customer feedback ups and downs will happen, right? However, if over time you build a great team culture, you can sail through, you can grow, and you can grow in the long term. So this has been my learning. Once upon a time, I had a dilemma. कि who is priority? Customer is priority or employee is priority or investor is priority, right? It's mainly between customer or employee who is priority, right? Then I realized employee has to be priority, because if your employee is good, they will take care of the customer. They will prioritize the customer, right? So this is one thing that I have put a lot of thought and arrived on it.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing such powerful insights. Your work shows how technology can transform communities and help build smart, sustainable urban spaces. To all our listeners, think about your own apartment or neighborhood. You'll realize how ADDA isn't just an app, but a fundamental governance tool. Thank you for tuning in. See you in the next episode.
Thank you, Shrija.